Good evening, friends. Welcome back. Good evening, friends. Welcome back to the session. And actually, I was some 2 or 3 minutes before itself, 5:55 something. I started the session online, and I was waiting for the student. First, Rishabh joined the class, and as soon as he joined, after some 1 or 2 minutes, I lost the connection due to some configuration changes in my internet source. So that's why I was waiting for Rishabh to also join the class. But anyway, welcome back, Gautami, Somashekar, and Manoj. Yesterday we were discussing about some of the relational and logical operators, and I told you we are going to see today the next operators. Those are called as assignment operators, and also along with the assignment operator we are also going to see shortcut assignment operators, how we can perform various arithmetic operations with the help of such shortcut arithmetic operators. See, my friends, if I say in a script window a 100, it means that a is referring, or the value 100 is created in the memory, and am I audible to all of you? Gautami, Somashekar, Manoj, just to confirm. Okay, Manoj. Okay, Gautami. Somashekar? Fine. Okay. Now you see, my friends, if I say 100 equal to a equal to 100, this is a statement in computer programming. Particularly, we are talking about Python. Say that a is referring 100, or we can say we assign the value 100 to a. We don't say that it is equality. The left hand side and right hand sides are equal. That is not the meaning. Assignment operator is not for that purpose. Say, for example, if I write like this, now obviously you will be confused. A equal to a plus 1 means the value of a is equal to a plus 1. Say, for example, 100 is equal to 101. That is the meaning. 100 is not equal to 101. So yesterday I said double equal sign. If you type 2 times the equal symbol, it is called as equality operator. If you use only once, it is called as assignment operator. The value that is available in the right side is evaluated, and the result is assigned to a variable in the right side. In this example, the right side is a in the first statement, 100 is in the right side, so the 100 goes to a. We can say like that. We can imagine that. And in the next statement, we say that the value of a is increased by 1. That is the meaning of a plus 1. The result is assigned again back to a. What will happen in this type of assignment statement? If I use this type of assignment statement, it means that a's current value is 100 plus 1, 101, and that value again assigned to a means the old value that a is referring is gone, and 101 is going to be referred by a. So say, for example, if I print the value of a, if I print the value of a here, it will say it is 100. If now the same a is I'm printing after some modification of the value of a, now I'm going to get 101. First print statement printed 100, second print statement printed 101. It means that the current value of a is The A is referring a current value called as 101. This type of technique is when you use a variable like this, the value of A you are changing with the help of this type of one statement. The value of A is you are changing like this. Sometimes this is also called as self-replacement technique. What do you mean by self-replacement technique? When the value of A is replaced by the value of A only with some modification. I can say that the value of A is changed with the help of the variable A only. So the value of A is replaced by the help of A. Self-replacement technique. Rishabh, I'd like to tell you that unfortunately, actually I started the process of activating my eSIM. One of my SIM is converted from physical SIM to eSIM. The process, actually, as soon as I joined online, the process was activated and my physical SIM stopped working. After 5 minutes, the virtual SIM started working. That's why I lost the connection. I apologize because I know you joined first and eagerly you were waiting for the class, but I lost the connection, Rishabh. Okay, fine, Rishabh. Okay, fine. Now you can understand this statement. The value of A is changed with the help of A only. Okay. I'm specifically want to ask Gautami, Somasekar and Manoj. Do you understand what is the meaning of A assigned with A plus 1 statement? Is there any confusion for you in that statement? A assigned with A plus 1. We don't read it as equal. In the beginning, don't read it as equal. As soon as you are comfortable with the meaning in the programming language, then you can say equal. Simply you can say instead of saying. Okay, fine, Gautami. What about Somasekar and Manoj? Somasekar, Manoj? Okay, fine, fine. Now, what I'm going to do, in computer programming, this self-replacement technique statement is how much we are using, too much we are using in practical. If we want to solve a particular problem, this type of statement is frequently used. This type of particular problem is frequently used. This type of problem. A equal to A plus 1, B equal to B plus 1, something like that. This statement frequently we use. If you want, the same statement can be written like this. These two statements are equivalent. These two highlighted statements that you are seeing in your screen are equivalent. What I mean, A equal to A plus 1, if you understand the meaning, replace that statement with the help of a shortcut statement called as A plus equal to 1. A is added with 1 and assigned with A. That is the meaning of the second statement. If you want, you can go with the first statement if you are very clear about that statement. Instead, you can go with the shortcut method. Not only for plus, I have shown you a list of operator. If you want to divide by, say for example, 10, you can use like this statement. If you want to divide by 10, simply put divide. If you want to multiply the value of A with 10, multiplication statement. If you want a floor division, put it floor division. If you want a modulus division, put the modulus division. You want to subtract, put minus symbol in front of that. any arithmetic operator is possible. In this example, I took only one example to demonstrate you to say that I am adding the value of a with 10. Again, the result is going to a only. In this statement can be replaced by the next statement. Now you see, I am deleting that statement. Now if I run, it will display 100 and 110. 100 and 110. The meaning is same. So this is what I was talking about, assignment statement. Okay. Now let me stop this screen. Let me project the window tab where our slides are visible. Now I hope slides are visible to all of you. And now you can see the list of shortcut assignment operators that yesterday we stopped discussing. Assign quotient, assign sum, assign difference, assign product, assign exponent. In general, I can say, if you want that if a particular variable is appearing in both the left and right side of the assignment operator, then that arithmetic operator can be put in front of the assignment operator, and you don't need to repeat the variable 2 times. That is the shortcut method. Why this type of notation is introduced in the beginning? As long as I am aware of, I am seeing this notation from C language. It was migrated to C++, then it was migrated to Java, and many other modern languages are also inherited that type of statements. And still, the simple reason is this type of self-replacement technique is frequently used in the programming. That's why they came up with a shortcut method of the statement. Okay, moving on. Membership operator, in, not in. This is a membership operator. Whether a variable is in sequence, whether a variable is not in the sequence. In is also a operator, not in is also is not. Already we have seen is not. This is also operator. Similarly, in, not in, they are also operators. But the meaning we are going to see shortly. Some punctuators are there that are used in programming languages to organize sentence structure and indicate the rhyme and emphasis of expressions, statements, and program structures. Lot of punctuators we are using in programming language. If you remember, the one punctuator already have, I can say 2 punctuators you have already used, single quote, double quote. To mark the beginning and end of the string, you are using a punctuator. It is called a single quote or double quote. The string is always enclosed by the single quote or double quote. That is one simple example to say where the punctuators are used. Now, coming to the point of bare bones of Python program. If you see how a program looks like, what are the essential things you will see in a whole program of Python? You can see definition of functions in green color that you are seeing. There will be a main program. That main program will be called, say for example, CU, something like that function is called. This is a simple structure of Python program. If you don't understand this slide, doesn't matter. Anyway, you are going to develop a lot of programs where you are going to adopt the structure of Python program. Even a complicated program means what are the essential elements that will be available in a given program. I hope all of you have solved the problem that yesterday I requested all of you to send the program in a WhatsApp group or send the code to me in a personal number. I didn't see any program in group or in my personal number. So may I ask Gautami, Somashekar and Manoj, did you try and solve the programs? Finding out the rectangle area, some 6 or 7 programs were there. Because again I'm repeating, if you want to be perfect in Python, you have to do a lot of practice. Python is such a language. All the experts in Python, they say that they are expert because they practiced a lot writing programs in Python. As soon as you start developing complex problems, solving complex problem, you can recognize that Python requires practice. Then only you can understand proper programming. Otherwise, you will be committing lot of syntax error, grammatical error. You will commit lot of grammatical error. You cannot understand what is the meaning, why I am getting this error, why, how I should. Every time you have to refer the textbook or something, what is the correct syntax, how to write this program rightly, what is the error, something you will be spending a lot of time. So instead of wasting our time, start writing toy programs, understand in each program some concept, and you can gradually increase the complexity of the programs. What about, may I know the status of Manoj, Gautami and Somashekar? Did you try all the programs? Whatever I'm requesting, you have to do that. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to solve complex problems. All the time, I'm not going to check whether you are writing or not, because you are all grown-up students. So I'm trusting that you are solving. May I know your reply for this response? Okay, fine, Somashekar. What about Manoj and Gautami? Okay, fine. Gautami, did you try the programs? Okay, Gautami, if you didn't get the time, doesn't matter. If you find any, if you find any problem solving the problem, you can don't go for a group. You can message me. Yeah, fine, fine, Gautami. Tomorrow you can try. If you find any problem, just message me. Send me screenshot. Instantly, I will give you reply and solution for that. It will be helpful for you. Okay, friends, now moving on. The next idea that we want to understand is what is meant by expression. It's not a very difficult concept, understanding small concepts. Expression is nothing but combination of symbols that represents a value. An expression is generally a combination of operators and operands. Combination of operators and operands is called as expression. Different type of expressions are there in Python. As and when I encounter, I will use the word particularly. Say for example, in your screen, now you are seeing salary multiplied by 10 divided by 100. I can say this is an expression. Expression evaluates to a single result. We use the word evaluates to. This salary multiplied by 10 divided by 10, 100, evaluates to a single value, that is its result. Expressions are evaluated to a single value. This is particularly using arithmetic operators. So I can say this is an arithmetic expression. It expresses a value. That's why we call it as expression. Salary time 10. Even in some syntax 20, 3.14 something, if you write, that is also an expression. Even I can say in advanced programming concept, we can say a single literal can be called as expression. A single variable can be called as an expression. So please try to understand. It's not that combination of operators or operands alone are not expression. If there is no operator, only one single operand is there, then it is also expression. Because if I say a equal to a plus 1, just now I demonstrated you self-replacement technique. A assigned with a plus 1. That a plus 1 is nothing but an expression. If you take in the same demonstration, the first statement was a assigned with 100. Usually expression comes in the right side of the assignment operator. Left side is always a variable. Always a variable. Right side always an expression. That a assigned with 100, only 100 is there. There is no operator. Again you can call it as expression. Again you can call it as expression. Then only we can comply with the Python expression or assignment statement rule. Variable, assignment operator, expression. That is the syntax. Variable a, assignment operator equal 100 expression. Hope you got the idea of expression. What is an statement? In a simple programming instruction that specifically performs a complete operation or takes some action is called as a statement. I told you A equal to A plus 1. A assigned with A plus 1. Now, A assigned with A plus 1 is as what it is called as A plus 1 is expression. In the left side, A is a variable. Equal is assignment operator. All together, what is it? A assigned with A plus 1. That single line is sometimes we say it is an statement. It is doing a complete operation, complete instruction. I have to avoid using the word operation because it is related to operators. I can say it is performing a particular action. Please give me only 30 seconds, my friends. Hello, Asha. ஆமாம்மா வந்து சேர்ந்துட்டோம் நாங்க. சரி சரி. ஓகே, தேங்க்ஸ் வந்துட்டேம்மா நானு. ஓகே ஓகே. Friends, what I am telling you is A equal to A plus 1 is having multiple elements. Please recognize A is a variable, plus is an operator, 1 is a literal, all you can call it as token, but specifically you can divide that combinations into further and you can understand further the programming elements. When you combine a variable or literal with an operator, such type of a setup is called as expression. A plus 1 is an expression. A equal to A is a variable, equal to is an operator. Then what is that one line? We can say that statement. For your simplicity, as of now in programming, if it is not a multiple line statement, simply one line of program, you think it as a statement. Print welcome to Python, A equal to 100, B equal to B plus 20. They all are examples of statement that makes some action. It is doing some action. But gradually you are also going to see statement in Python or many of the programming language doesn't end up with here. What do you mean? Statements are not merely one line of code. It can go more than one line of program instruction. Multiple instructions can also be called as a statement. In that case, we call it as one line statement as simple statement. Multi-line statements are compound statement. Still it is called as a statement only. Now for your comfortability, I am saying one line of program can be treated as a statement because it is performing a particular action. Gradually you are going to see multiple line of code or group put together and it is related to a particular action. Such type of statements are having multiple single line simple statements or together. In that scenario, we call it as compound statement. We will see that in gradually in our next chapter. What is next idea in programming? Comment statement. Comment statement are those statements that are useful for the programmer, but it is not useful for the what it is called as for the Python. Such type of statements are sometimes called as documentation. Sometimes such type of statements are called as documentation, and in programming also it is in general called as comment statement. What is this comment statement contains? What is the syntax and rule to create a comment statement? These are all the things we have to understand. First, additional information is written in a program which is not executed by the interpreter. You have to understand, whatever you write, it is a Python interpreter is taking some action, translating, and some action is happening in your computer. But comment statement are useful for the programmer, not solving in any way, helping to solve the problem. What is the use? Say for example, today you wrote a program, and what are the things that you are doing in the program. If it is very lengthy program, then and there you can give some explanation so that those who are reading the program, others who are reading the program, they can easily understand your program. Such type of statements are called as comment statement or documentation statements. Now, comment statement can start with hash symbol. Comment statement can start with hash symbol. Whatever you start with a hash symbol, Python will ignore that statement. Python will ignore that line. It will not worry about that line. Why? It has nothing to do with a comment statement. It is only useful for the programmer's information. Now, there are three ways are there. Python can be incorporated with comment statements. Now, full line comment, inline comment, multi-line comment. See, in a program, if you start a line with hash symbol, that can be called as a single line or full line comment. This is a program for volume of cylinder. What is inline comment? After the statement, little bit you can put some explanation. That explanation will tell what are you doing there. Some another programmer who is reading your program can easily make sense of your program. Such a statement is called as inline comment. What about multi-line comments? Using hash symbol you can use. There is a smart way that is also possible to create multiple. You want to write a paragraph of explanation inside the spider. If you type anything paragraph, Python will complain, why are you writing without any meaning? What is the meaning of this word? If it should not comply anything, make it as a comment statement. Say for example, this last three lines are made as multi-line comments. Start every line with hash symbol, program name, area of the circle, date created 27/2018, language used Python, something you can explain like this. Or multi-line comments can also be written. Most of the time I prefer this method of multi-line programming. Put everything in the multi-line string format. Triple double quote is used for multi-line string format. This is also created as a multi-line comment statement for the Python. So either you go with single line comment means start with hash. Inline start with hash not from the beginning but in the middle of the line. If you want a multi-line detailed comment statement in your program to type, start and enclose all the comment statement within triple double quote. This is more appealing when you are typing multi-line. What is function? I have given simple introduction about functions. Simple introduction about functions. What is function? How a function is created and all. And now just we are going to see a separate chapter. Already built-in ready-made functions are available with standard functions are available with Python. The Python developers, they themselves have created functions. In case if you want to create a function, how you are creating, that separately we are going to deal with a particular chapter. Now, as of now, you have to understand that function is a block of code that has a name that can be reused by specifying its name in the program where it is needed. Usually the functions are created with the keyword def. Def means define a function. Def means define a function. What is the name of the function you want to define? Draw line. After that, it has to end up with colon. After that, if you call this name, what job or work has to be done? That has to be specified as a code. After that, if you call the function draw line, all this code will be executed. How many times you want to draw line? That many times you can call, so the code is reused. As of now, you have to understand the functions and the relation with operators already I have discussed. That knowledge is sufficient to move on. As soon as you reach the function chapter, you are going to create your own functions. Block and indentation. This is very important concept you have to understand, and particularly those who are coming from C, C++ and what it is called as Java background and many other programming language background, they will be confused with the concept of block and indentation. Just now I told you a statement in programming can perform a specific action that takes place inside the computer. It can be a simple statement or it can be a compound statement. Only one line of code is, we can say it is a simple statement. If there are multiple simple statements are there, it is grouped put together. In that scenario, it is called as compound statement. Now, what is this block and indentation? Block and indentation means, block means it refers to an area of code. Multiple lines of code is treated as a single statement. It is called as block. Indentation means in the beginning if you give some space, it is called as indentation. In your programming you can give indentation. Now if you take the programming code here in your screen, the def area is containing 3 statements. This should be treated as a block. You have to create space in front. You can see A, B, C is having blank space. This def and ABC is not aligning. It is having additional space. So it means that the indentation of ABC refers that this 3 statement belongs to area. This is called as the concept of block and indentation in Python. What is the use of blocking and indentation? That one also we are going to see in a practical program. As of now, you have to understand, if you create some spaces in the beginning, for Python it is called as indentation. That's important for us. Now the next concept is, I told you variables. Variables, what is variables? Named temporary location used to store values which can be further used in calculations, printing result, etc. What is variables? It is named temporary locations. Named temporary locations in the memory. A variable must have its own identity. Identity means name. Type. What is the data type of the variable? Whether it will store integer, string, float, etc. Data type. And what should be the value? 100, 200, 20.5 something is value. Variable in Python is created by simply assigning a value desired to type to them. For example, if you use the statement num assigned with 100, in this statement, what you are doing is you are creating a variable called as num. I am talking about this statement, highlighted statement. Num is a variable and it is going to be a variable in memory. It will be named temporary memory location and it is holding a value 100 and its data type is going to be integer. How it is deciding? Python is deciding num is an integer variable. Whatever the value you assign, based on that value, the variable's data type is decided, comprehended by Python. Now, in the next example, you are assigning the string James to the variable name. Now, I can say name is the variable, James is a string value, and that value has been assigned to name. So, the name is going to be a string variable. How? James is a string value. So the data type of the name variable will be string. This is what you have to understand about variables. Now, Python variables are not storage containers like other programming language. Now you have to understand this is very important and critical concept in Python. We say that Python variables are not storage containers like any other program. What if you don't know anything about program? Forget about the two lines. In C++ and Python, we are comparing. If you know the language already, you can compare. If you don't know anything about any computer programming language, forget about C++, directly try to understand what is the behavior of variables in Python. If we declare a variable radius in C++, say for example radius 100, memory address is 41260. Now we can assign new value to radius. Radius 500. Now the memory address which is still same, only value will change. Value will change. That's why we call it as storage containers. Radius is 100. Radius is 500. This is in the same memory location. First 100 was stored in a particular memory location. Call it the address of the memory location inside the computer is 41260. Even if you change the value of radius, memory address will not change. Why? The old value is removed and the new value is saved in the same memory location. Now, if you take the example of Python variables, now let us take the example of Python. First, you assigned the value 100 to the variable radius. The memory address is 3568. If you change the value of radius variable to 700, say for example, the memory address also will change. This is something many students don't understand easily and they are not able to digest in the beginning because they are coming from some different programming language background. That is not the way Python is working behind the scene. Now, I know Manoj, Gautami and Somashekar, hopefully they are not coming from any programming background. So I can say that radius 100, when it is saved, the value 100 is put in the inside a box, memory box, storage box. The storage box address will be 3568. Later, if you change, that 3568 box is abandoned by the Python, it will create a new, it will go to a new memory box and that 700 will be stored in that box. Maybe that address will be different. Say for example 8546. But that is not the case which is happening in other programming languages. Python, each time you assign a new value to variable, it will not use the same memory address and new memory will be assigned to a variable. Whenever you change the value, same memory address and a variable, it will not use the same memory address and new memory will be assigned to variable. Every time the new address is assigned to variable. In Python, the location they refer to change every time their value changes. But this rule is not for all type of variables. Please be very clear about this concept. This is a very fundamental difference from other programming languages. Uniformly, most of the programming languages are using C++, C++ style. But Python is not using that method. Later on also we are going to see C++ type of storage is also possible used by some type of variables. What are those variables? We are going to see that. As of now, you have to understand this one. Okay. Now moving on, there is a concept called as L values and R values. What is this L value? Left value. R value, right value. L value left, R value or Gautami, Somashekar, Manoj, are you able to make sense of the concept of variable assignment? What I told you regarding memory address, value, data type, there is no memory declaration. Yes, nice. What about Manoj? Are you able to comprehend the idea that I am discussing now? Fine, very nice. Now, you have to understand the concept of L value and R values. These are all very important fundamentals of a programming language. Expression that comes on the left hand side of the assignment is called as L value. If you take any assignment statement, assignment operator is in the middle. There is something in the left side of the operator and something in the right side of the operator. Whatever available in the left side, it is L value. Whatever available in the right side, it is called as R value. R value refers to the object to which you can assign value. Usually, L value refers to object to which you can assign value. Say for example, A assigned with 100 means L value is A, R value is 100. Usually, L value will be always a variable, or in Python we call it as also object. It refers to memory location. It can appear, it refers to memory location. It can appear left hand side or RHS of assignment. It can appear left hand side or right hand side of assignment. L value. R value refers to the value we assign to any variable. It can appear on RHS of assignment. Only right hand side the value can appear, R value. It cannot appear in the LHS, left hand side. L value, R value. Usually L value refers to some objects or variables. R value refers to any value that will appear only in the right hand side, that is R value. Now take some example. X is assigned with 100, Y is assigned with 200. Valid use of all or L value and R value. X, Y or L value, 100, 200 are R value. But it is invalid to use L value and R value like this. How? If you inverse the statement, 100 assigned with X, 200 assigned with Y, in the left hand side, L value cannot be a constant or literal. It is not possible. In computer, in mathematics, this type of statements are okay. But in computer programming, it is invalid. It is not correct. You will be getting error message if you type this statement like this. What you are trying to say that x is something, a value that it is referring to, and it has to be assigned to 100. 100 is a literal. It is not referring to any memory location address. It is not possible to store the value of x to 100. That is the reason. Say for example, C assigned with A plus B means that's fine. But A plus B assigned with C means it is an invalid statement. If you understand the concept of L value and R value, which one should come in the left side of the assignment operator and right side of the assignment operator? Usually values cannot come in the left hand side. That is one important thing you have to remember. Expressions cannot come in the left side. Usually expressions are in the right side of the assignment. Must be a memory location. Always LHS value should be a memory location. Memory location is possible only by means of a variable A, B, C, D, some average, something you can give name. Okay. Now multiple assignments are also possible. This type of assignments are not possible with the help of many of the other programming languages. But say for example, assignment operator, A assigned with B, B assigned with C, C assigned with 50 means a value 50 is actually assigned to three variables. After the execution of this statement, statement number 1, the variable A, B, C refers to a value which is 50. If you take the same statement, you can also write in a single statement, three variables can be assigned with three different values also possible. A comma B comma C assigned with 11 comma 22 comma 33. It means that the value left 11 goes to or assigned to A, 22 assigned to B, 33 address is assigned to C. That is the meaning. So multiple assignment statements are valid statements in Python. You can write it. Still, please note the L value is not a constant. L value is, it is variables. Always it should be variable. Now, if you say x comma y comma z 10 comma 20 comma 30, in this statement, some nuances you have to understand. Multiple assignments. 10 value goes to x, y will receive 20, z will receive 30. In the next statement, z by x, x plus y, x plus 1 will go to z, z plus 10 will go to y, y minus 10 will go to x. What is the current value of x? 10. 10 plus 1, z plus 10, current value of z is 30, so 40. Y, what is the current value of y? 20 minus 10, actually result is 10. First, the right hand side of the operator will be calculated and the result will be assigned to the variables. When you print the statement, you will be getting the result. You can experiment this type of statements in your say in your script mode. Now, guess the output of the following code fragment: x comma y equal to 7 comma 9, y comma z equal to x minus 2 comma x plus 10. If I print x, y, z, what will be the result? Don't type this three line in your script mode and run the code. Instead, with the help of mental calculation, try to find out what will be the valid output from Python. X plus 1 is 11. No, Gautami, the last code I'm asking, the last three line I'm asking, what will be the output? Okay. You are asking the typographical error in the slide. Yeah, many of the slides are having slightly errors, Gautami. Yes, I agree that. That is possible. Errors are there. X plus x comma y comma z, x plus 1 is 11. After that, no, Gautami, x plus 1 goes to 11 goes to z na. Z value is printed lost. Gautami, you see the top line, the red color. Actually, x plus 1 means 11 goes to z. Z plus 10. Z value is 30. It goes to y. So it is 40. Y is 20 minus 10. So y value goes to x. So the output is correct. If you run in Python, you will definitely get 10, 40, 11 as x, y, z value. Okay, doesn't matter, Gautami. Without committing mistakes in programming, you cannot become expert. I encourage my student, please commit lot of mistakes in programming. Then only you can understand what type of error you are getting. How can I fix the problem? That relationship you can establish as soon as you start committing mistakes in your program. If you type a program or write a program by your own without any mistake, you cannot learn Python. Obviously, over time, you will be start writing your program. You have to commit mistake and you will be getting error message. If I get this type of error means what type of problem is there in the program you are going to fix. That is going to give lot of learning opportunity. Now I am asking Gautami, Somasekar and Manoj to do mental calculation, and I am asking x comma y equal to 7 comma 9, y comma z equal to x minus 2, x plus 10, then what will be the result of the print statement x, y, z? In mental calculation, you tell me. Okay, why? Yeah. Somashekar and who are all typing the answer? Let me see the window. Manoj is saying 7517. Somashekar saying 7517. Do you agree with these numbers, Gautami? Both Manoj and Somashekar is saying that 757. 7517 from the screen, whatever they have typed in the message box. Are you processing, Gautami? Yes, fine. That is the right answer also. That is the right answer also. And fine. Now moving on. In the multiple assignment, now y comma y, 10 comma 20. Without reading the line, please tell me what will be the value of y. Two times you have used y and you have typed two different values. If you use them in the next statement, print y means what will be the value. Obviously, the last value that you gave to y will be the value of y. So, first time you give 10 to y, after that next you are giving 20 to the same y. So, 10 is gone, the new value 20 will be referred by y. So, if you use the print statement, the y will be holding or referring to the value 20. Now I am asking you to perform using this concept. Please, using mental calculation, find out what will be the value of x and y. X comma x equal to 100 comma 200. Y comma y equal to x plus 100 x plus 200. Then what will be the value of x and y? Mental calculation, and you have to rapidly you have to practice. As soon as I ask, you should not take much time. Gautami, x is 200. Okay, Gautami, fine. X is going to be 200, fine. Y is going to be, yes, 200 and Gautami 400. Yes, you are right, Manoj and Gautami, you are right. Yes, 200, 400. Yes, Somashekar, you are also right. And I'm happy that you are very fast, you are doing the mental calculation. That is what required for Python also. I'm happy. Variable definition, something we are giving assignment to. What do you mean by variable definition? You know variable. Variable is a name that refers to a value in a memory that holds the address or reference of the variable. That you know that. What do you mean by variable definition? Variable in Python is created when you assign a value to it. Variable is not created in memory until some value is assigned to it. Please try to understand. Directly if you use print x, computer will complain, that means Python will complain saying that x is not defined, or it will tell you the error that x is a undefined variable. If you don't assign something, you cannot use that variable. Please try to understand. It refers to variable definition. X assigned with 0 means you defined the variable x. That is the meaning. If you use print x means x will print 0. That's fine. But you didn't give any value to any variable. Directly you are saying, okay, print x, y, z, something you are asking. Python will say the variable is undefined. So the meaning from this slide, what you have to understand is, as long as you don't define a variable, you cannot use that variable in print statement or in expressions for calculation. Something you have to understand, dynamic typing, the concept. Already you know this, but again I am going to explain you in detail what do you mean by dynamic typing. A variable declared as numeric type can be further used to store string type or another. If you know the English word is static and dynamic, those are opposite words. Static means, say for example, in your house where you are sitting, the walls are static. But you and me are not static. We are movable, changeable. A wall cannot move from one place to another. Nowadays in Bangalore, that type of a house can be moved from one place to another. That example is also not valid, but anyway, you know that fixed houses. I'm talking about that. Uh, Non-movable things are static, movable things are dynamic. That is what we use the word in English. Here in the context of Python, what do you mean by that? If the data type you cannot change, it is static data type. If you are able to change the data type of a particular variable over time in a single program, we are saying that it is the concept of dynamic typing. Say for example, already I have given some examples already. A variable can hold a string. Later on, the same variable can refer to an integer. String and integer are not the same data type. So the variable a, say for example, a equal to Bangalore, a equal to 100, means in the first statement, the data type of a is string. In the same statement, same program, in the next statement, a is no more string data type, a is integer data type. Such type of data typing is called as dynamically typed language. Python is a dynamically typed language. Okay. Dynamic typing means a variable pointing to a value of certain type can be made to point to a value object of different type. The examples are in front of you. X100, XKBN. In the first time, X was integer data type, but later it became string data type. This is the concept I am explaining you. Fortunately, you don't know any programming language. That's why you are comfortably understanding. If you know C, C++, Java or any other language, you could have confused here, because a variable stored with a particular value cannot, and it is not possible to change. X is becoming storing string. It is not possible. That's why I am briefly explaining. I am not going in depth. Now, these slides also you have to understand very clearly. Say for example, the typing 100, value 100, 0 has come in the second line. Actually, X is 100. Now, think X is holding the address of a memory location which is holding the value 100. Two boxes there. X is a box which is holding the address of the value 100. As soon as you change the value of variable X, it is no more referring to the, no more pointing to the old memory location. It is pointing to a different memory location. This type of changes is possible when the program is running. Running time, the data type of a particular variable is upside down. We are changing. This is one simple example to understand dynamic typing. Dynamic typing, you have to be little bit cautious. How? Say for example, a equal to x assigned with 100, y assigned with 0, y now assigned with x divided by 2. Print x. X equal to exam. Now you changed the value of x. If you type y equal to x divided by 2, x is no more referring 100. It is referring to a string value. So a string cannot be divided by 2. So when you are typing the program statement, be careful carefully design the program. Otherwise, it will end up with errors like this. Now, say for example, you are getting some error. You don't know what type of value that variable is referring. Means you can go with the type function. It is already I have introduced to the variable type. Type salary means it will tell you int. What is the type of salary now? The type has changed to float. Name Rakha. What is the type? It will tell you the type is str. Str means string. So the function type can be used to determine the data type that variable is holding or referring to. So far clear now, my friends? Are you able to follow what I am talking about? Gautami, Somashekar, Manoj. Now very few slides are there. Let me complete this chapter. Shall I continue and complete the chapter? Okay, fine, fine. Please cooperate for the class because we have to. Three of you have to join the normal stream from tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to manage, but day after tomorrow, tomorrow is a holiday. Day after tomorrow, I'm going to give you a new schedule for all of you, so that the normal class as well as backup class all together we can complete and restart. And also, my friends, this print statement so far you have used to print some string value on the screen. That is what you are doing. Or print a means the value of a is printed on the screen using print function. But some optional things are there you should know about. There is a optional thing called as a separator. It is specified inside the print function in blue color. Give the focus to blue color. Blue color is the optional thing. Sep and end. Sep means separator. End means how do you end that particular line when you print. Two arguments. This is called as arguments. You can specify some string here. What is that? We are going to see. Now, print welcome means welcome will be printed. The control will go to the next line. Age is 20. Your age is comma age means your age string will be printed on the monitor. Comma will create a blank space and age will print the value 20. That's fine. Now so far you don't have any confusion. This type of statement already we have used. Now output through print statement, if you modify something while printing numeric value, convert it into equivalent string and print it. In case of expression, it first evaluates it and then convert the result to string before printing. Now, you have to understand in case if you are not giving a variable, you are typing inside the print function a expression. 3.14 times or means numeric expression. Arithmetic operation you are performing here. How the print statement is behaving. First, it will not print that 3.14 times or means it will not print that one in the screen. First, it will evaluate that expression. It will find out the result. Result will be printed. It will not print the same thing 3.14. After that is star. After that the value of or. After that is star. After that value of or. That will not happen with the print statement. Print statement clever enough to understand what you are attempting to do. Okay. Now, in this thing, name is Wiki. When you put a comma, automatically a space is created. So that's why I'm telling you the separator of two string is automatically a space. That is what it is done. You know punctuators are doing some meaningful work in the programming. Here the comma punctuator is helpful for our print function, where if we give two strings separated by comma, that two strings are separated by space. If you use SEP instead of that space, the separator number sign will be repeated. Name is Vicky Singh. Name is number sign, Vicky, number sign, Singh will be the output. Why we are getting like this output? Because you have used the SEP argument inside the print statement. SEP argument in the print statement. Now you can experiment. Anything you can put in the SEP, put it in double quote because it should be a string value that will be repeated as a separator. By default, if you don't specify anything for SEP, comma refers to a space. That behavior is most of the time sufficient for us. Practically, we are not changing that behavior, but it is possible to change. Now, learning Python developed by Guido van Rossum. Two lines are printed. What is the meaning? Whenever the print statement prints, automatically the end of the statement is ending with new line. New line means the blinking cursor is going to next line. That's why learning Python and developed by Guido van Rossum didn't print in the same line. It is printed in two lines. Otherwise, it could have printed in the single line. Learning Python developed by Guido van Rossum. It could have become one line, but it is not the case. But we can change the behavior with the end statement. If you put end space, automatically the first print statement will not go to the next line. The next statement that is available in the print statement will be in the same line. Like this, it will not print in two lines. It will print in one line like this. This is also possible. That is the example of using SEP end arguments in print statement. You can experiment in Spider window. Now, another example, say for example, name is name and art. What will be the output? You can guess this. It is easy to guess, and I'm not asking you to guess this one as of now. You can see what will be the output there in your screen. Now, there are some important points that you have to remember. What is the difference between keywords and identifiers? Please, if you are able to answer now, you can answer. Otherwise, whatever I am talking about, whatever I am asking you to analyze, please analyze, because at the end of your course, I am going to conduct mock test, mock interview. Also, I will give some assignments, programming, theoretical understanding. I will not give anything direct question. All the questions will be analytical, comparing with one another, and you have to come up with the idea. I am not going to give any assignment that is easy to solve. That is not going to happen. Because in your real world, you are not going to face an interview where simple questions will be asked. That is the fact. So you have to identify the difference between keywords and identifiers. Because keywords is a token, identifiers are tokens, then what is the difference? Words, keywords are words, identifiers are also words. What do you mean by literals in Python? How many different types of literals are there in Python? And also different type of strings has been displayed on your screen. You know the len function is available to find out the length of the string value in Python. Please go through and try to understand what is the size of the string. And also you have to understand what are the different types of strings available. Say for example, the simple answer, the last question is very simple answer. Single line string and multi-line string, that you have to experiment and try to recall. Whatever you read and understand, you have to recall that. How do you declare multi-line strings? different ways of multi-line string is possible. At least multiple line string can be created with the help of \n. Also the triple quote can also create multi-line string. And if you want to identify literals 4168 1 2 3 4 5 true, enclosed with a single quote true, double quote false. What is the difference between expression and statement? What type of error that you are finding in the Python program when you type like this, and how you can fix the problem? These are all the questions. Which of the following string will be the semantically correct? Syntactically correct. There are 6 strings has been given. What are the strings that are syntactically correct? Syntactically correct means according to the Python rule, what are the string values that are valid and what are the strings that are invalid. If you find something valid, that's fine. But if you say something is invalid, you have to find out the reason. And you have to solve that problem so that it can be a valid string. You have to solve that in that manner. And the following code is not giving desired output. We want to enter value as 100 and obtain output as 200. And in this program, if you have clearly understood what is the input function, what is numerical value, what is string value, you will be getting some input and output in this program. You will not get the desired result. If I give 100, 100 multiplied by 2 is going to be 200. But that is not going to happen in this program. Please try to fix the program. If you have understood the concept, you have to fix the problem. Now, why the following code is giving error? For example, name equal to James, salary 20,000, department IT, print name is name, end at, print department salary is salary. This program is not going to run. This is a very interesting approach of solving and learning programming is take already written program which is having errors and you fix the errors. If you know the concept, you can fix the problem. You try to write this program in your Spider window in script mode, run, find out the error, fix the error. And also write a program to obtain a temperature converted to Fahrenheit. Already you have written this program. And now you have to predict without typing in your computer, you have to predict the output for these things. This is very simple. If you know multiple variables can be initialized in a single statement, you can solve the last two statements. With this, we completed the jumbo chapter of fundamentals, and the next chapter we are going to take. It is called as data handling. The complete chapter we are going to talk about data, because don't forget, computers are data processing machines. Computers are data processing machine. If computers are data processing machine, we have to in-depth understand about data. That is a very important and crucial chapter for you to understand. So far, whatever I taught you, go through the slide, go through the PDF. Completely you solve all the problems and exercises, fixing the errors, etc. from the slide. Also from the PDF, several exercises has been given in the PDF at the end of the chapter. You complete those exercises also and be prepared for your data handling chapter. If it is possible, tomorrow there is no class, including online classes. Thursday I will try to schedule a class separately in the morning. Evening, as usual, our classes can be resumed for combined for all the students. Not only that will not be a backup class. Thursday evening class will not be a backup class, but morning class will be a backup class. Is it possible for you, Gautami, Somashekar and Manoj to attend the class in the morning if I schedule a class on Thursday? Is it possible? Yeah, fine, fine. All of you are saying yes. Nice. And I will schedule and I will let you know. As of now, thanks for joining the backup class today, and we successfully completed. The things are not over. You have to complete all the exercises, and I already told you, be a student honestly, otherwise you cannot learn Python. I'm not saying something, don't take in a negative way. This is a caution for you from a teacher, that if you follow exercises, then only the concepts will be clear. Many of the time, if you read the text, it seems that you understood, but definitely you didn't understand. Sit in the computer, solve that, even if it is a silly question. Okay, friends, thanks for joining, and hopefully we'll meet day after tomorrow. If you are celebrating Dussehra, happy Dussehra for all of you, and I hope to meet you on Thursday. Thank you.